One. Go ahead.
Official. Hey, everyone. So lots of changes have been happening in the past week or two, as you're all very well aware. I'm going to put a disclaimer in here real quick. If you hear any chatter in the back from my canine children, frickin' frack do have a lot to say. And of course, they always say it when I'm on the phone, so we'll try and keep them quiet. So lots of changes happening. All good stuff, all exciting stuff. We wanted to bring some refreshers to you about some of our impacts and cause partners. Don't worry too much. There's honestly not that much to remember. A lot of it is just to kind of bring it, forward in your brain again, given all the stuff that's been packed in there in the last week. There are a couple changes, but it will be, a lot of them will be coming out slowly over time. So little refresh is where we're going here. As I mentioned, none of it is happening all at once today. They will roll out over time due to inventory changes. And so whenever there is a change coming down the line, you will be sure to hear it from us first, that something's changing over and it's going to happen on this date and you'll start to see it and blah, blah, blah. So without further ado, let's go through some of the stuff that I call the easy stuff because you guys already know it. So our Sparkling Brute, no change there. Cause partner is still Why Hunger, and every bottle provides one meal to a child in need. Hey, sorry guys. Next up is our Sparkling Rosé. Same thing, no big change here. Every bottle provides one meal to a child in need. And something to note down below is that eventually anything with bubbles in it will be going to Why Hunger. And so that's going to be a nice change, something easy to remember. The majority of those, or the majority of them, are already going towards Why Hunger. There's a couple here and there that are a little bit different. Obviously, though, Rainbow Glitter will still be going towards our partners at the Trevor Project. Pinot Noir and Pinot Grigio, still going to ASPCA. Every case helps one animal find a forever home, so no change there. Cabernet, same thing. So this one, the past few, easy breezy, no big changes. Every 10 cases help fund 1 hour of ABA therapy for a child with autism. Sauv Blanc, same thing, no big change. Trees for trees, every case plants 6 trees. And Red Blend is still going to be Team Rubicon. Every case, or every 3 cases, reunite a veteran with a sense of purpose by leading and organizing natural disaster relief. Chardonnay, no change there either. So far, easy breezy, right? Gateway for Cancer Research. Every 4 cases fund 1 clinical trial day for women battling breast cancer. All right, so now we're going to get into some new stuff. So start taking notes. So our Merlot partner, and our Merlot cause is going to be changing, and that is happening as soon as you have a Vintner bottle in your hand of Merlot. So it's going to be changing from neglected tropical diseases to heart health. And the cause partner is going to be the Heart Foundation. And every bottle educates 2 people on their risk of heart disease. So one thing to note here is that eventually Reserve Merlot will also go to support heart health. So your Merlots will be both heart related. WotC will no longer be a partner, and that's coming down the line. And again, the timing on the Reserve is based on inventory. So as it changes over, you will hear it from us that it's changing over. So the first question you might be asking with this change, and just know that I realize there's a bit of a domino effect here, which is why I'm going to introduce quite a few changes to you in this one presentation, even though they're not all happening today. I know you guys, and you're quick, and you'll realize very quickly that something's changing and it's affecting other things, and I know you're going to have questions, so I want to try and beat you to that and know what is coming down the line. But just know, again, that it's not all happening today. So if your first question, are we losing the end fund as a partner? And the answer there is no. So the END fund and ending neglected tropical diseases are going to be switching over to our reserves in Findell. So this is your kind of cheat sheet right here. The END fund will be assigned to reserves in, and it's going to still be the same partner. So the first question might be, does that mean we have one less wine going to Team Rubicon? Hey, shh. Sorry guys. And the answer is absolutely not. We love them, we will continue to support them, and we will continue to support them with 2 wines. So both of our red blends will go towards Team Rubicon. The reserve red blend will take a little bit of time to change over. Again, this is one area where as the inventory gets down lower and lower, we will start to let you know that the change is coming, and then it should hopefully be a little bit easier now to remember that your red blends are both going to Team Rubicon. And that's why some of the changes that you're going to be seeing in this presentation, the goal is to start to be able to know by varietal what cause it supports. For the most part, I think a lot of our wines are like that, but here and there is, a couple that are a little bit confusing, and we're trying to reorganize that so it's easier to remember, because we have a lot of wines, and even at home office, we know it's hard to remember what goes to what, and so you want to be able to explain it to your customers. So where you see here 2 wines going to the same cause and the same cause partner, we will continue to try and do that down the line with some other wines. So that may then lead you to the question of, what about Edna Valley Pinot? Is she going anywhere? I call her she, I don't know why. But no, Edna Valley is not going anywhere. She is going to be switching over from Heart Health and joining her friends Slow Pinot and Carneros Pinot to fund our partner Wild Aid. So again, that'll take a little bit of change, but eventually you'll be able to just remember that our reserves are going towards Wild Aid. And so I love that, because there's Pinots supporting all sorts of paws, big paws, little paws, and it's easy to remember for all of you guys. So that's kind of it. Let's recap. The changes coming forward. Merlot is going to be going to the Heart Foundation. Our reserves in will be the END fund. Our reserve Pinots will eventually all be Wild Aid. And our red blends will be Team Rubicon. So again, the ones you're going to see, the change that you should put a mental note on right away is the Merlot, and that's the Heart Foundation, because that's happening right away with the Vintner collection. Everything else will be rolling out over time. I just wanted to make sure that you were all aware of what the domino effect is and what cause partners are changing and where things are going. So with that, and I know I went through it pretty quickly, but I also think it's fairly straightforward as opposed to some of the other stuff. I'm happy to answer a question or two, Adri or Katie, if you saw anything come up. And if not, this might be the quickest training ever.
Thank you so much, Amanda. That was great. There were a few questions in the chat box, but the amazing Jackie jumped in. One of the questions was, so the new sparkling rosé will not go to ovarian cancer. Is that correct?
Correct. It is going to why hunger. So again, the thing to start to think about with all of our sparklings is to just think sparkling, think bubbles, not necessarily color. And so anything bubbly, sparkling will be supporting why hunger.
Great. And then will Elway wines continue to go to Team Rubicon?
Yes.
And these new partners are in effect now or September 1st?
So I think the only one that's in effect now, or not now, if you have the Vintner collection in your hand, so once you have it in your hand, that'll be the first change that you see. Nothing else is happening now because we've got current inventory. So again, I don't mean to bring it all up now to confuse you, but I do know that if I were to say Merlot is changing, then you guys, again, we'll start to say, well, what happens to this and what happens to that and where is Edna Valley going? So that's why we brought them all up now. But the only one you really need to take note of is the Vintner Collection Merlot. Everything else will happen based on inventory, and you will be made aware before anything changes.
Great. Just see if there's any more questions that came in. Will there be a new list with the cause partners in the back office?
Yes, absolutely. It's in the works and going through its final approval process, so you'll have a good cheat sheet to use.
Let's see, any other questions? Where can I find information on Wild Aid?
You mean just basic information? It's on the website. It's an awesome website. I love spending a lot of time on it. So I would go to, I think it's wildaid.org. And all of the impacts are the same. So educating 375 people on how they can help save endangered species. So definitely go on to Wild Aid and check it out. And they also have a great Facebook page.
Great, yeah, and Jackie, Jackie just dropped it into the chat box in case you wanted to click on it from there. I think that might be it. All right, everyone, any other questions?
Amanda, can we have you do the rest of our training calls from here on out, because it's easy breezy and it's not complicated.
Bam, 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 bam. Well, you also know that I could probably go on for an hour about lots of things when it comes to our cause partners, but bits and pieces.
And we will post the PDF that Amanda just walked through in the VAU section of program enhancements. So we'll be sure to drop that in there. All right, everyone. Good to see you on a Monday morning or Monday afternoon if you're on the West Coast or East Coast.
Do you know where you are, Adrienne?
I know. Where am I?
All right, guys. Hope this was helpful. Let us know if you have more questions. We're here for you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.